Hi everyone, it's Paralympian Jake Templeton here, and in this week's home workout, I'll be running through a circuit style routine. So 9 exercises in a row, 30 seconds on with 10 seconds rest just to readjust and get your equipment ready for the next exercise. So the first exercise is pick the ball up off the ground, do an overhead press, and then do the med ball slam. So try and get over the top of the ball at the top, use your lats, drive the ball into the ground. So exercise good technique as you lift the ball up, be careful of the back, and try and press overhead as well with a bit of force, and then slam the ball down into the ground. So try and get about 10 or 15 reps in that a lot of time, and then moving on to the 10 seconds rest. So we'll go with the style of one upper body, one lower body, and then one core or abdominal exercise. So the second exercise is a hip thrust. So you can do this without the ball. This will engage your glutes, your muscles around your butt, as well as your hamstrings. And you can put a bit more force down on the ball if you want to add more resistance too. So you can add more if you like, or you don't even need the ball there. You could also use a band or a barbell too if you have those around the house. Exercise 3 will be our first abdominal exercise, with the exercise being crunches. Just typical crunches. You can do these in whatever way you can. I've gone for 10 normal crunches, and then I've gone 10 each side. So you can do these as sit-ups. You can keep the legs in the position that I've got it, 90 degrees at the hips and 90 at the knees, and try and use a bit of rotation in there as well. Try and target the obliques. Rather than just going to traditional crunches, you want to try and target all of the abdominal muscles as well. Exercise number 4 can be progressed or regressed, however you like. There's many ways you can do this, but I've gone for the push-up with moving the ball to each side between each push-up. If you want to do clap push-ups, you can, to make it a bit more powerful and explosive. If you want to do traditional push-ups or on knees, using a chair, using a band, whichever way you like. Just try and get that chest as low as you can. I can't get it too low here because of the ball, it's quite a big ball, but try and extend at the arm when you press back up. Try and keep the tabletop position with your back and your legs as well. Next leg exercise is side lunges. So with this one, try and keep the upper body relatively upright. I'm stepping out of camera here, so I apologize about that, but just swapping sides each rep. Try and keep that leg extended, keep that knee relatively straight on the leg that's going to be on the inside, and then lunge sideways, bending at the knee, and try not to go with the knee too far over the toes. Try and be mindful of your knee health, and try and be a bit careful there with that one. So obviously all of these exercises can be adjusted to your level, so exercise safety with that. But the next exercise is the bicycle crunch. So sitting upright, just rotating left arm to right knee and vice versa. Try and straighten the legs out a little bit more than I am here. I think I start to do it a bit more in a second, but just try and really engage the core, keep the momentum going, but try not to swing. Try and exercise a bit of control there, because you don't really want to swing with the upper body and lower body to make the reps easier. So the next 2 exercises, I use equipment. If you don't have these exact pieces of equipment, you can vary it up. For example, with this one, the bent over band row, you could use heavy water bottles, milk bottles, you could use a bar if you have it, or just a ball that you used before. But try and squeeze the shoulder blades together and extend the arms back out the straight before squeezing the shoulder blades and pulling again. Try and pull as much as you can. It doesn't have to be too fast, but because we're going for a circuit style, try and get as many reps in as you can with good control. Hinge at the hips. It doesn't have to be a horizontal back, but try and bend over a little bit and keep that natural curve in your back without extending it or extenuating it too much. The next exercise is using a foot fit ball. So if you don't have a fit ball, you can vary it up with your leg exercises. Perhaps you could do squats or squat jumps or alternate arm and leg lift. in that prone position to try and get some glute control action there as well. So with this one, draw your heels to your butt as much as you can. Try and keep your heels on the ball at all times. Sometimes they can slip a little bit, but you'll feel this in your posterior thigh area, which is called your hamstrings, as well as your buttock glute muscles as well. So the final exercise is going to be a variation of a bridge or a plank. So you can just do the traditional bridge plank if you like. You can alternate arm and leg raise. You can just raise one leg at a time or one arm at a time. But I've gone for the mountain climber style. So keeping the hips relatively low. Try not to dip too much at the hips or raise the hips too much. Try and achieve that flat back position, but keeping the hips relatively low and bringing the knee to the elbow. So as you can see, I'm trying to keep my whole leg as close to the ground as I can to use the core a little bit more. Thanks very much. All the best.